Hi, my name is Adrian Acevedo, and today I'm going to talk about the step 1 and 2 of the task 1. Starting by the step 1, we have the question number 1. What is the purpose of the course? Well, the course learning purpose is to make a strong foreign linguistic, sociolinguistic, and pragmatic competencies by developing oral production tasks in real time to share and discuss about complex issues. The second question, how many learning outcomes can you find in the syllabus? There are 4 learning outcomes. The first one is to express fluency of the oral skills about distinct cultural subjects. The second one is to discuss issues using arguments to convince the audience. The third one is intended to achieve the skill to interpret extended speeches when it is not clearly structured. And the last one is to describe complex subjects with detailed information showing specific points with the proper conclusions. What are synchronic interactions activities? Synchronic interaction activities are those where the student is and will be able to interact with the tutor and the other image. The fourth question is, how many activities does the course have? Well, for this course there are 6 activities. The next question, which activities in the course imply real-time interaction? Those are activities 3, 4, and 6. The next question is important. Actually, it is like a request. It says, summarize with your own words the course rules and conditions. And there are so many. We can restate some of them. For example, to comply with the security policy of the university. Be aware of the technical requirements of the university. Another one is to accept the facial recognition that the university can perform if necessary regarding tests or assessments for the course. The next one, be aware of showing respect, honesty, tolerance, and solidarity to peers and tutors. The following, be aware that there will be activities that will be required to be developed in real time through virtual communication media, like this one. The next, checking constantly the institutional email and internal course mail. Almost the last, to participate in the weekly encounters. And finally, to participate in the synchronic activities. Well, in this case, I can say that my institutional email is properly working. To finalize this step 1, now we are going to the step 2 with some reflection questions. The first one is, have you got an English language level certification? If not, what do you consider your level is at present? Well, the last test I took showed a B2 plus in the English proficiency. So yes, I took one 2 years ago. The second question, how did you get the level you have now? It is important to restate that I started studying English in a virtual course, then I continued studying English in a presential course, and finally I ended up working for a bilingual call center that allowed me to improve my English level at the current level I have now. And the third question is, why are you studying English as a foreign language? Well, personally, I started studying English as a foreign language because I realized that I always tend to have an affinity with foreign languages, so I decided to take this to another level and get a professional degree related to the foreign languages. How is studying a language as an adult different from studying it as a child? Well, I think that studying languages as an adult is a process that turns into consciousness. I mean, one person can study foreign languages at the adolescence stage, and this person may tend to compare the language structure between the foreign one and the native one, and may build steps to learn faster. However, when learning a language as a child, the learner tends to be automatic. For example, it would be easier to learn a second language as a child since the association made to learn the meaning of one thing in the mother tongue will be assigned to the second language, so the child will know that two words in two different languages are meant to be or represent the same thing. In other words, a child will incorporate to his knowledge about language two different words for the meaning of one thing. How long should you study a foreign language? Well, 12 months are good enough for me to study a foreign language, if the target language is not the official one of the country where the learner lives. But if the foreign language is being learned in the country where the languages or the language belongs, 3 to 4 months are okay to me to handle the foreign language. Some people may take more and some people may take less. How can you make language learning a part of your life in the future? Personally, language learning can be a part of my life because of curiosity, referring to me, of course. This is because I first learned English because I wanted to know how it feels to understand things as a foreign and first international language. So now I know for sure that I will be learning languages always if I have the curiosity to understand things. And the last question, how can you organize lifelong language learning? Well, regarding this one, a language is good to be studied once at a time. So we don't get confused and mixing everything taught. Once the language knowledge is about B2 class, then we can move forward to another language. Thanks.